All right, here we go. Five, four, three, two. Welcome back to another episode of Hunt for the Perfect Parlay, brought to you by Steer the Ship. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to like and subscribe to us on any listening platform you may be able to listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Steer the Ship. But this episode right here, I decided to mix it up, gonna call it Hunt for the Perfect Parlay because that's pretty much what I do with you guys every week. I will get on here and I will try to attempt to get the perfect parlay. Do not take any of my. I need to start making disclosures and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take my word for it. Don't be like, taking my advice. But I would like to build community. So I would like to hear you guys like, comments and everything based on whatever I'm spewing out of my mouth when it comes to the weekly parlays. So right now we're in week 6 of the NFL season. You know what I'm saying? Before we dive into the Sunday games and the Monday Night Football games, we're going to talk about Philly versus New York. And I was very impressed with New York on the victory that they got over on Philadelphia. That's a very sour loss for Philly right here. They're going on their second loss, and this was a divisional loss at that. No one expect the New York Giants to beat them. The game was actually going to be like Philly being a 7-point spread favorite to beat the Giants. And the Giants just went and just did their thing. Watching Jackson Dart out there with Cam Skittleboo looking like two badass kids out there just having a time of their life underneath the starlights and everything. Yeah, we call it the starlights, I guess. Underneath the lights. And very impressed with them, especially with the defense as well, man. Like Philly had their chances, but then it was crazy because New York was answering back to those challenges. You know what I mean? Like they had their chances, but I mean New York answered back to the challenge that Philly was issuing because there was a time in the game where Philly got the lead back when it was 17-10, Philly being up. Then New York comes back, and then I think New York wins by no. Yeah, then New York comes back, and then it just kept coming back in New York fashion and whatnot. Dart is doing his thing. One thing I learned about Jackson Dart in this game right here, he's a scrambler. He's a scrambler for real though. You know what I mean? Better than Russell Wilson. My say, I won't even lie on the kid. You know, New York finally got themselves a quarterback. Let's see how much he can keep up with this momentum. As far as Philadelphia is gonna have to like try to bounce back. Don't know what their next game is going into week 7, but they really have to bounce back right here because now by this loss, it kind of shows that the NFL is wide the fuck open. All the big dogs that we know have lost to teams that we did not expect them to lose, like with the Bills and the Patriots. No one expected that one. Like Jacksonville, well, I, I have like I don't know. I always had faith in Jacksonville going against Kansas, but I didn't think. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what, Kansas City, bro, they gon' let's see what they gonna do. But then I also been looking at Jacksonville where I'm like, yo, man, this is like a measuring stick right here for Jacksonville this game. So pretty much everything I'm saying is this season is wide open, and week 6 going into here, there are some games that are very questionable. You know what I'm saying? Some games that's like, even though you might pick the favorite, who knows? The underdog might actually make an upset. So we're gonna get up into it right here because this was a very difficult one. But before we do this, I'm gonna knock out all the easy games right here. Then we're gonna just talk about the other games that I had scoped out where it's like, okay, we gotta really pay attention to this game. That's gonna be a lot of factors like determining who might be the winner of said game. So the easy games out of the way first. Denver versus New York Jets in London. Point spread 7.5 Denver. I'm choosing Denver all day, money line on that. Jets has not shown me anything to be like, okay, they can go in there and they can actually like stand toe to toe with Denver. They got their ass, they got belted ass straight up by the Cowboys last week. Don't even want to hear it. Not gonna even hear shit. Denver winner. Boom. Cleveland versus Pittsburgh. Point spread being 5.5, Pittsburgh being the favorite. I'm choosing Pittsburgh. Cleveland. The Dylan Gabriel thing is it's going to be an ongoing project. I feel like this they're going to give us a game. I feel like they're going to give us a game, and we're going to actually see who they really are right now. Um, Cleveland is one of those teams that's just going through an identity crisis. We got to figure out who they are. And pretty much Pittsburgh coming off of a bye week and everything like that, everybody should be fresh. Everybody should be ready to go. I expect the Steelers to get this win straight up. The next game, Arizona versus Indianapolis. Point spread 7.0 given to Indy. Obviously, of course, somehow, some way, Arizona's just gonna find a way to give the game to the Colts. Nicely wrapped too, for real. They're just gonna give the game away. I don't believe in Arizona anymore. Something's gonna happen over there at that organization. I don't know what, but something's gonna shake, rattle, and roll over there. The next easy game right here: Los Angeles Rams versus Baltimore Ravens. Point spread is 7 points, 7.0. Favorite is the Rams. Rams are gonna beat Baltimore. What we have learned last week with the Texans, Baltimore is nothing without Lamar Jackson. Don't care. I don't care whatever you say. All the injuries stacked up. The major injury is Lamar Jackson. They're nothing without him because you can't really find a quarterback that could duplicate him in the system for it to work. No, Los Angeles Rams. Point period. That's it. Then you got the next game, Tennessee versus Las Vegas Raiders. Tennessee Titans versus Las Vegas Raiders. Point spread being 4.5. Las Vegas is the favorite. I'll choose Las Vegas. I think I just choose Las Vegas because I don't know. This might be a little trap game right here too. I feel like maybe a win, no matter how you got the win, even if it was ugly, is something like a momentum booster. So who knows how Tennessee will be riding off this wave of that victory after the Cardinals just gave it away to you. Who knows? I don't think it's gonna really override because it really wasn't that special. It was just the crazy thing. It was just how Arizona just lost that shit in that fashion. So I feel like Las Vegas Raiders just gonna get that win straight up. Geno Smith is not Kyler Murray. He's not. But you can intercept the piss out of him though. That's real talk. That's real talk right there. But Las Vegas Raiders right there. Cincinnati versus Green Bay. Point spread is at 14.5. That's crazy. Let me look at this one. 14. Funny thing about this game is this is going to be the second time Joe Flacco has played Green Bay in an AFC team. You don't really hear about that. You don't really hear about that. That's funny fact right there. But I'm choosing Green Bay to win this game. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think since it could be a funny game right here because now Joe Flacco is way better than Jake Browning. So who knows, man? Jamar Chase might actually have a fucking crazy game. I guess get ready, all the people in fantasy football who has Jamar Chase. Who knows, man? Who knows? Or maybe Joe Flacco might just be throwing interceptions and whatnot. This is like his first week with this team. So I'm going definitely with Green Bay because the transition of a quarterback to another team within a week is like he might come up in here, but he might not do nothing wonderful. Who knows? But yeah, Green Bay will be the safe bet on that one. And for the Monday Night Football games, Buffalo versus Atlanta, point spread being 4.5. Buffalo is the favorite. I feel that Buffalo is going to go over there to Atlanta and beat Atlanta. They got to get that sour taste of that loss that they got from the Patriots. And they have to clean up on their mistakes. These big dogs right here, man, the top teams, the only thing that really messes with them are the mistakes. But that's with any team up in here. But with these teams, you have to clean that shit up. So you don't have to give the game away to the other team. I mean, fumbles and all that stuff, turnovers, that can kill you. That can definitely kill you. But we all know that. That's common sense. But easy games that I just knocked out of the park right here. So now these are the difficult games that I kind of had to go through, highlight them, everything, and we're gonna talk that through. So Dallas versus Carolina, point spread bringing 3.0. Dallas is the favorite. Now you can choose Dallas on this, but Carolina is a favorite at the home. Like Carolina is pretty good at home. They're pretty good at home, and Dallas just doesn't have that good of a defense to where Dak Prescott, like where it's like Dak Prescott has the luxury to chill back. Well, no quarterbacks have no luxury to chill back, but I mean, like no, but I mean, Dak has to play how Dak has been playing. He has to like just throw touchdowns. He got to move the football. He has to play how he's been playing all year. You know what I'm saying? Now being with Carolina, who knows what type of Panthers you might be getting here. That's my team. So, I always have hope for my team, especially when it comes to this. But if we beat Dallas, all right. If we lose to Dallas, goddamn. But that's a game right here that I'm just kind of iffy on because I feel like, everything is starting to like match with Carolina. And I just see if Carolina could do it. I'm gonna choose Dallas though, but Carolina is gonna be on my underdog parlay, so I'm whipping up an underdog parlay as we speak. So I'm gonna choose Dallas on the perfect parlay, but I'm gonna choose Carolina on the under. It's whatever. The underdog parlays are normally just gambles and stuff. Well, all this is gambling, so it's whatever. I'm just gonna just do this shit. So next, the next game would be the LA Chargers versus Miami Dolphins. Point spread is 4.5. LA Chargers being the favorite. I don't trust in the Chargers anymore because they cannot protect Justin Herbert. If you can get a good pass rush to Justin Herbert, you pretty much almost got this game in the bag, and it's going to be back and forth until somebody strikes blood first. We learned that with Washington. Jaden Daniels was starting out a little bit slow, but as he started gaining and started gaining momentum with as the game was going along, yeah, it was over with the Chargers. It seemed like they just didn't have enough. It seems like they just could not protect Justin Herbert. That's their biggest problem. That's going to be their biggest flaw. And if they can't protect Justin Herbert against the Miami Dolphins and they lose to the Miami Dolphins, and I cannot see them losing to Miami Dolphins, that's some crazy shit. So I'm going to choose the Chargers on the perfect parlay, Miami by the spread for the underdog. Because I feel like Miami could do this, but Miami just... Man, fuck, I don't know. Miami hardly made any mistakes against Carolina. It's just that Carolina was just coming back. And then they just ran out of steam or something. It's like I just don't get it when it comes to Miami. Miami is very confusing. Very confusing, man. That coach, Mike McDaniels, might not be there anymore. Like Mike Daniels, he might not be there at the end of this year. Who knows? But anyways, I'm choosing the Chargers. Next game right here that was a tough one for me on decision is the New England Patriots versus the New Orleans Saints. Point spread 3.5. New England being the favorite. Now I'm going to choose New England just because I was very impressed. But I don't know. There might be a track game. Who knows how New Orleans might respond to them. New Orleans is not a bad team, but they are a bad team. Those teams is like, you got teams that's like, damn, you suck. And then there's teams like, damn, at least y'all try. And that's like I always say, New Orleans falls in that category of a team who's like, at least you try. But I'm thinking I'm going to go with New England on this one. I'm just going with New England. New England played very disciplined football. Out of all teams whom I've seen this week, last week, New England has to be the most disciplined team. They really are. They have to be the most disciplined team right here. They barely make mistakes. It's like that they barely make mistakes. And everything is starting to click with them one by one. Everything is clicking. So I'm thinking New England is going to go and have a sound victory against New Orleans. I'm not putting them on my underdog. Next game, which I'm like, I don't know about this one. Seattle Seahawks versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Point spread 1.5. Seattle being the favorite. Now, this is a difficult one because Jacksonville, show who they were when they beat Kansas City Monday night. And I'm like, I'm not sure on this one. Seattle's pretty good too. Seattle's coming off on their loss with Tampa Bay. Seattle is high power like Tampa Bay. Jacksonville has a good defense. Jacksonville, I think, has the offense that can actually step up to the Seattle's defense as well. People will tell me, "Oh, Seattle has a good defense." I'm saying, I don't think so, man. You could put a 24 on Seattle easy, easy. So I'm gonna choose Jacksonville. Plus, Seattle has to travel to Jacksonville. Were they in Tampa Bay? I think they were. They were in Tampa, so they pretty much still been in Florida. So they got to go against Jacksonville. Seattle might win, but I'm choosing Jacksonville. I'm just gonna choose Jacksonville on this one. Like, I don't know. I've been liking Jacksonville. Or the safe bet will be Seattle. So I think, okay, I think this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Jacksonville on my underdog parlay. And I'm gonna put Seattle to win on the parlay, the week parlay. This is a fucking crazy week. It's a crazy week. If I hit, it's whatever, but I doubt it. I really doubt it. So that's fucked up. Don't be doubtful about yourself, man. Yet you are going to win. I got to be more confident in my shit. All right, so the next game will be San Francisco versus Tampa Bay. Point spread 3.5. Tampa Bay being the favorite. Now, I say this is a trap game. Only for these reasons right here. San Francisco is that squad where it's like being so banged up, they're winning games. But I think they probably hit their wall when they're going up against Tampa. I feel like Tampa just got too much firepower for them. Too much firepower. But then San Francisco do have a good defense. You're not going to put that much up on San Francisco. The most you put up on them is like maybe 21. Tampa Bay has been like the reason why, the reason you got teams like Dallas and Tampa is because you got quarterbacks like Dak and Baker who could put up the numbers to where they don't really, where it's like they don't have the confidence to rely on their defense. So that's how I feel when it comes to teams like Tampa and Dallas. So Tampa has the firepower. I don't think San Francisco is going to be able to withstand that, but they have been winning games. You know what I'm saying? And they especially shocked me when they went up over there to the LA Rams house and took that victory. And they and they took their home field advantage. That's crazy. They took the home field advantage and they took the W. But I'm going with Tampa Bay on this one. Tampa just like the funnest football to watch. And also, like, I ain't gonna lie, New York Giants on Thursday night. That was fun football to watch too. That shit was funny as hell, man. That shit was funny, man. These young guys, man, I'm loving this shit. And you got, okay, so the Sunday night football game, we have Detroit versus Kansas City. Point spread 2.5. Kansas being the favorite. I'm calling cop. Why are people even giving Kansas this spread with Detroit? But Kansas is Kansas. But I'm not gonna sip the Kool-Aid and be like, no, this is a determining game for both teams. If Detroit goes to Arrowhead Stadium, it won't just be on paper that they're the best team in NFL. It will be a statement that they are the best team in NFL. Cause I was just listening to like some type of radio sports network on the radio. I'm not gonna really spill their name. Was 610 Sports Radio in Houston, Texas, and the guy was talking about who was the best team in the NFC after the Philadelphia loss to the New York Giants, and he did not mention Detroit at all. I'm seeing him like, you realize there's Detroit up there, man, but Detroit is untested, unproven. That's the reason why this is gonna be their statement game right here, and I'm gonna choose Detroit. I'm going to choose Detroit because I just feel like Detroit just got that firepower offensively to where Kansas probably won't be able to stand up to it. And then you got Aiden Hutchinson. Come on, man. You got an actual pass rusher out there that will get to the quarterback, that will disrupt him. All you have to do is contain him. And, well, Kansas, like, it's Kansas City. Like, you don't really have a sound plan when it comes to Kansas and all that stuff. Containment of Patrick Mahomes. Shit, he'll just do fucking short passes on your ass all fucking night. He'll scramble. He won't even advance. He'll scramble. And when he sees his lane, he'll run it. That's really nothing you can say. So Detroit gonna have to bring their game. Kansas gonna have to bring their game. That's gonna be a good Sunday night football game right there. But I'm gonna ride with Detroit on this one. I have to. Plus they're gonna go on my underdog parlay because they're not even a favorite. Other than that, and then we got the last Monday night football game. We're gonna run right through this. We got Chicago versus Washington. Point spread 4.5. Washington being the favorite. And I'm going to have to ride with Washington on this one. Jaden Daniels is just Jaden Daniels. He's just good like that. That team is under good guidance when he is there underneath the snap. Chicago, though, can prove us, because Chicago can show us more shit. I mean, Chicago has been playing their best ball yet. Ben Johnson has done his thing over there. He's doing his thing over there. So this will be another test for Chicago. If Chicago beats Washington, that's going to be a wow. That's going to be very wow. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, that's about it right there. That's the parlay sheet right there. I'm not going to drag this on anymore. Today is like Saturday night. I'm gonna have to just get all this shit ready. And yeah, I just hope that you all enjoy your weekend. Good luck on any parlays or any bets that you're gonna be putting out there. And yeah, that's about it. Go Dodgers. So don't forget to like and subscribe to us. And I will see you guys on Tuesday for the teams who will upset me because of these parlays if they don't hit. All right, guys, you have a good one. Peace.